you, Patty.
Miss y'all too. We have an HBU.
No, besides, which one is it? Brown
Test, test, test.
This is HBU Huskies softball. It's the 2017 season of HBU Huskies softball on your home for Houston Baptist University Athletics, the Huskies Sports Network. The Huskies Sports Network is powered by the Legacy Sports Network, and HBU softball is brought to you by these corporate partners of HBU Athletics: Houston Federal Credit Union, the Memorial Hermann Healthcare System, Pepsi, IBEW Local 716, Firehouse Subs, Kolache Factory, HUB International, and Doubletree Suites Hotels. Right now, it's just about time for this game to get underway. So let's go out to the ballpark and get ready for some HBU Huskies softball.
Hi, everybody. Bill Cousins with you from Husky Field on the campus of Houston Baptist University for softball, as the Huskies and Northwestern State's Lady Demons play the third game of their three-game series this afternoon. Huskies with a doubleheader sweep yesterday, 8-3 in the first game, then 8-0 in 6 innings in the second game. So the Huskies trying for the sweep that they almost have to keep their hopes alive to try to get into that Southland tournament in a couple of weeks up in Arkansas. I'll be back with our chat with head coach Mary Ellen Hall coming up. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now
we know travel isn't what it used to be. By the time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you knew there was a hotel that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At Doubletree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie. Our cookie serves as a symbol of our commitment to turn every little detail of your stay into a delight, preparing every comfort with care, making every touch special and every gesture true, giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel, so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile. Welcome to Doubletree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my group.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
All right, everybody, if this one doesn't get your toe tapping, check your pulse. You may be dead. Here it is, coming to you in living cola. Refreshing Pepsi Cola. From the wonderful folks who put the in cola. I'll be signing off now, because it's my bedtime. I'll catch you on the flip side. Be there.
This is the HBU Huskies Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
This is the Huskies pregame show with head coach Mary Ellen Hall. Mary Ellen, a nice doubleheader win yesterday, and probably the more unusual ways to do it. Huskies got out hit in the doubleheader, but probably the best clutch hitting that I've seen all year out of your team. They really took advantage of opportunities they were given.
Well, they did. It was nice to see that the hard work's paying off, and we did take advantage of whatever they gave us. It didn't really matter what they gave us. We took advantage, whether it was an error or the walks or getting timely hits or sack flies. The girls just really came out and did a good job yesterday.
Demi Yannick went 2 for 3 in the doubleheader, but she had 3 sacrifice flies, and it's good to see Demi coming back and making such a major contribution. She struggled a lot this year.
Well, we could see it in practice. She was just getting better and better, and fortunately for her, she was in that situation to get some sacks. She's been hitting a lot of fly balls, and she laughing after the third one. She's like, "If you need a fly ball, I'm your girl." And but she's just starting to swing better, and it's good to see her get on base with some hits as well.
We are getting some production from the lower end of the batting order, and that's what helps too.
Well, it does. I mean, it was 13 strong all year, and that's what it took yesterday, and that's what it's going to take today. And they just have to see the ball and come down on the ball. The wind, we just thought it was windy yesterday compared to today, so probably not going to get any home runs out of here today.
Well, Libby Brown had another great game yesterday, a doubleheader yesterday, had 3 hits in the first game, and but defensively she made some great plays in the second game that really snuffed off possible rallies for Northwestern State.
Well, with runners on first and second, we got the ground balls we needed to short, but they were in the hole. They were actually 2 that she had to dive for and get up and throw to third. So we were very fortunate to have a first play at third because we couldn't have gotten the runner anywhere else. But she did. She knocked the ball down, gave herself a chance, and just the defense played really well all day yesterday.
You have Emily Mueller back in the circle today. Emily surprisingly did not have a complete game yesterday. It seems like that's what she's been doing that first game of every series. But Emily is, you got to get another great performance out of her today to complete this sweep.
Well, we do. I mean, everybody has to step up. It's just not her. We've talked to them about a game plan, and they execute the game plan. We'll be fine. The pitchers do their job, gives us a chance. That's all we're asking for.
Well, we talk about the conference race all year, and that tough start playing Nichols, Abilene, and Lamar really put you in a hole. But now you really do see some light. You've got to win out just about, but there is a mathematical possibility to get in that tournament.
Well, there is. I mean, you play all year to still have a chance at this time of the year with 2 weeks left or 4 games left of the conference. So I think after the start, we have to feel good about that. We definitely, the second part of conference, we've proven to everybody that we're definitely good enough to be in the conference tournament. And if we're fortunate enough to keep playing well today and next weekend and we get in, I wouldn't want to play us. And we've got a lot of talent on this team, and yeah, it was a rough start. We knew that it was going to be a pretty tough start, but we're really proud of the way that these young ladies have fought hard to get back in it and really put in the work to get to where we are today.
Okay, well, let's finish strong.
Thank you.
Mary Ellen Hall, the head coach of the Huskies. I'll be back with our starting lineups in first pitch, Game 3 of the series with Northwestern State coming up. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Hey now.
Are you looking for a totally free checking account? Houston Federal Credit Union has it, and it's packed with free services like mobile banking with person-to-person transfers and mobile bill pay. And Houston Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of HBU Athletics. So stop by their office at 6808 Bentliff Drive and experience a better way of banking. Visit HoustonFCU.org for more information. Houston Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of HBU.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA.
The good news is America is coming back. More jobs, more building, more of what makes our country great. And more cities and towns, more small businesses and big corporations are choosing the highly skilled, highly trained members of the IBEW to do the work. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is committed to doing the job right, on time, safely. America's making a big comeback, and the IBEW is proud to do our part.
At Memorial Hermann, We're many parts working in harmony, performing more brain and spinal surgeries than anyone in Houston, conducting groundbreaking research at our Misher Neuroscience Institute, establishing the region's largest network of certified stroke centers. Some might say this makes for an accomplished performance, but to us, it's all in a day's work. Memorial Hermann. Breakthroughs every day.
Are you a graduate of Houston Baptist University? Did you know the value of your degree increases when you actively participate in the HBU Alumni Association? Your Alumni Association actively supports the growth, retention, and ranking of our school by our scholarship efforts. Husky Alumni Network volunteers actively work to recruit the best and brightest to HBU, and we promote and support programs intended to build a growing network of people committed to quality, higher Christian education through our alumni scholarship efforts. We also work to strengthen the bond between our university and the community, and we're your connection to over 18,000 fellow alumni, mostly in and around the Houston metro area. Log on to learn more about our mission and your privileges and benefits at hbu.edu/alumni. And find us via social media on Facebook at the Houston Baptist University Alumni Association page and on Twitter and Instagram at HBU_alumni. But no matter how you do it, connect with the HBU Alumni Association, because a strong alumni base equals a strong HBU.
Well, Cousins, once again here at Husky Field as we're getting ready for the final game of this three-game series between the Huskies and the Northwestern State Lady Demons out of Natchitoches, Louisiana. Here are the starting lineups for today's game. Northwestern State comes in 20 wins, 29 losses. They had one tie earlier in the year, 10-13 in conference play. Head coach Donald Pickett will send it out this way. Sydney Salmons, the center fielder, is the leadoff hitter. Haley Rhodes, the shortstop, bats second, followed by Kelly Kincannon, the left fielder. Jordan Raines, the third baseman, in the four-hole. Michaela Sorosiak, the second baseman, bats fifth. Brittany Jones, first baseman, batting sixth, followed by Haley Barbazon, the DP, batting seventh. Emma Hawthorne, the catcher, will bat eighth, and Elise Vincent gets the start in right field today. She's batting ninth. Michaela Brown will be the starting pitcher for the Lady Demons, 13-12 on the season with a .358 earned run average. HBU is 17-22, 8-15 in Southland play. Head coach Mary Ellen Hall will offer this starting lineup. Heidi Hawkes, the catcher, is the leadoff hitter. Cecilia Bauer, the right fielder, will bat second. Cassie James at third base in the three-hole, followed by Nicole Shedd, the left fielder. Libby Brown, the shortstop, will bat fifth. Brooke Bushman, the DP, will bat sixth. Megan Hires, the first baseman, batting seventh. Demi Yannick, the second baseman, in the eighth spot. And Kay Schrader, the center fielder, will bat ninth. Emily Mueller gets the start for the Huskies today. Emily, the winning pitcher in Game 1 yesterday, is now 8-13 on the season and comes in with a .381 earned run average. Our umpires today, Tom Geringer will be behind the plate, George De La Cruz at first, and Terry Peters over at third base. It is a blustery day. As I look out, I see the flags almost laying down. Now they go out from the post again, once again. But we're having thrust to wind gust of 20 to 25 miles an hour. So it'll be a very breezy day, and that's coming in from pretty much left center field, I guess. The temperature, 84 degrees, but because of 74% humidity, it feels like it's in the lower 90s. Their rain is expected today, but not until really the heavy stuff overnight. We have a chance of rain that'll increase to about 40% at 3 o'clock today, but that should avoid us and allow us to get this game, third game of this series in. The Huskies won both games yesterday, 8-3 and 8-0, and they were two unusual games, mainly because the Huskies got the benefit of a lot of bases on balls in those games. Northwestern State walked 3, but hit, let's see how many, 1, 2, 3 other in the first game yesterday, and the Huskies scored 8 runs on just 7 hits in Game 1. Second game, they scored 8 runs on only 5 hits and got the clinching run for the run rule on C.C. Bauer's 8th home run of the year. Now we'll join Public address announcer Erica Reyes for the invocation and our national anthem.
At this time, please stand and bow your heads as we offer an invocation for today's games, followed by the playing of the national anthem. Dear Lord, we'd like to thank you for bringing us here today for the game of college softball. Thank you for these two teams who have come to represent their universities. Please allow both teams to play to the best of their abilities and keep them from injury. Watch over all of us and keep us safe today as we go our own ways, especially our visitors as they make their way home. Most of all, thank you for sending your Son, Jesus, to be the Savior of our sins. We ask all these things in your mighty name. Amen.
We apologize, a little bit of interference with the sound from baseball across the way. They're getting ready for third game of their series, also with Northwestern State, beginning in about an hour. Softball here. We'll be back with first pitch coming up. You're listening to Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Women's College World Series, June 1st through 7th at ASA Hall of Fame Stadium, OGE Energy Field in Oklahoma City. Visit ncaa.com/WCWS for your tickets today.
A firefighter's duty. Fighting fires, rescuing citizens, performing copious kettlebell exercises demands a daring degree of readiness. A degree of readiness achieved eating fulfillingly flavorful Firehouse subs. With premium carved meats and cheeses steamed to tasty magnificence then piled onto toasted rolls. Is your footwear connected to your pants? No, it's not. Because you're not a firefighter. But you can be ready like one. Firehouse subs, the hero of all subs.
Sidney Salmons will be the leadoff hitter for Northwestern State here in the top of the first inning. Salmons hitting .280, junior from the Woodlands, facing Emily Mueller in the circle. Emily, we mentioned yesterday, went 5 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. Got the win in game 1. And the first pitch into Sidney Salmons is swung on and tipped at the plate for strike 1. Mueller throwing to Heidi Hawkes once again. Heidi is every inning. There's a swing and a miss, kind of an excuse me swing there by Salmons. Infield from third to first, James, and then Brown, and then Yannick, and then Hires around. There's a ball outside. I'll call it a strike. Well, a little wide zone right there by Tom Geringer. So Salmon strikes out, and here is Haley Rhodes, the shortstop. Haley hitting .253 as she steps in, takes a ball. Rhodes, a junior from Klein High School. 1-0 pitch, ground ball. That is down the left field line and fair. And it'll be just a single as Shedd really hustled over, got it in quickly. So Rhodes with the first hit of the game right down that line, the third base line. And here is Kelly Kincannon. The left fielder, a senior from Lake Jackson and Brazos Wood High School. And the first pitch, boy, it's way outside. It's called a strike. We have that wide zone today. Kincannon hitting .289. Here's a ground ball to Brown. Second for one, and it's a 6-4-3 double play. Huskies get the good defensive play once again. As Kincannon hits into the double play, we've played a half inning. There is a 0-0 score here in Houston. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
At Houston Federal Credit Union, we're dedicated to our members, our communities, and now the students, faculty, and employees of Houston Baptist University. From checking and savings accounts to loans, IRAs, money markets, and other financial tools, HFCU is ready to serve the HBU Huskies and their fans. Learn more today. Call 866-OUR-HFCU or log on to HoustonFCU.org. Houston Federal Credit Union and the HBU Huskies. That's a doggone good team.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA.
International Brotherhood of Electric Workers, Local 716 in Houston, get up for work each day because we believe building schools to code matters. Because building Houston's hospitals correctly saves lives. Because training for 10,000 hours makes a difference. That's why we get up, because we want to make a difference. To be the best, hire the best.
IBEW, where skill and value lock arms. The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
In the circle for the Lady Demons, Michaela Brown, who was the losing pitcher in Game 1 yesterday. Michaela went 3 2/3 innings, gave up 4 runs, all earned on 4 hits. She is a redshirt sophomore from DeVille, Louisiana, and Buckeye High School, and been injury plagued through her career at Northwestern State. Heidi Hawkes, Husky catcher, the freshman from Wharton, steps in and takes strike one on another pitch on the opposite batter's box. Better be swinging, ladies. 0-1. Here's a pop-up. This is to the left side, and it's going to be pushed back in, and really coming in hard is the left fielder Kincannon. Haley Rhodes gave way, and almost it was caught right on the edge of the infield. Here's Cece Bauer, and Cece had an excellent day yesterday. Had a home run in each game. A senior from Refugio steps in with a .316 average and yanks this one well foul down the left field line. Cece went 3 for 5 in the doubleheader yesterday, scored 4 runs, 2 home runs, knocked in 3. Also walked 3 times. There's a strike, and she's down in the count 0-2. On the season, Bauer has 4 doubles. There's a ball. 4 doubles, 3 triples, those 8 home runs, and 21 runs batted in. There's a ground ball foul, left side. Cece now has 18 career home runs after those 2 yesterday, and that ties her for 8th on the all-time list at HBU. 8 is a season high for her. There's a foul ball back into the screen. Still 1-2. What Cece does is really extend at bats. I think both home runs yesterday may have been on 3-2 counts. That pitch is outside. That is a possibility now, it seems. 2-2 the count. Here's a pop-up. This will be to the left side. And the third baseman, Jordan Raines, handles it. So 2 pop-ups for the Huskies here in the bottom of the first inning. And Cassie James will come up. Cassie, a junior from Little Cypress, Mauriceville, north of Orange, transferred into HBU from Angelina College in Lufkin. Cassie went 1 for 5 in the doubleheader yesterday and fouls the first pitch off from Brown. Cassie is the Huskies' leading hitter by average at .320. 4 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 21 runs batted in. Here's another fly ball hit out to left. And Kincannon, boy, that wind was really fighting it. But she makes the play for the third out. 3 fly ball outs by the Huskies in the bottom of the first inning. 1 inning in the books, no score here in Houston. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Coming to you in Living Cola.
The joy of cola.
Pepsi Cola, from the wonderful folks who put the R in cola.
Going to the second inning here in Houston. Jordan Raines, number 4 hole hitter, will be the leadoff batter for the Lady Demons. Raines, Sorosiak, and Jones. Jordan Raines, the third baseman, hitting .322. Senior from Cy Fair, transfer from the University of Houston, and the first pitch in for a strike. We started giving you the defense for the Huskies, go to the infield, but it's the same outfield. Shed in left, Schrader in center, and Bauer in right. A 1 pitch. Up and away, ball 1. We'll try to keep track of what's happening in Southland play elsewhere today. Everything else is underway. There are 4 other series. There's 1 doubleheader. That's Nichols playing 2 today. There's a strike. It's 1-2. A&M Corpus Christi and Nichols playing their doubleheader down at Thibodaux. That's underway. Here's a little number down the first base side, but foul. Central Arc playing at Abilene Christian, Lamar at Incarnate Word, and Sam Houston State at Southeastern Louisiana completing those series today. Over in Hammond, Sam Houston State's taking a 1-0 lead over Southeastern. Lamar is now leading UIW 1-0. They're in the bottom of the first. Here's a ground ball to Hires and easy tack to the base. And there's 1 out here in the Northwestern State half of the second inning. Here's Michaela Sorosiak, the second baseman. Sorosiak, a senior from Kempner High School. And she takes a strike from Mueller. Central Arc scored 6 in the top of the first inning and lead Abilene Christian 6-0. And A&M Corpus and Nichols also underway. There's 0-0. And while I'm checking the scores, there was a ground out to second. Thanks, Matt. So 2 outs. And here's Brittany Jones, the first baseman. She takes ball 1 down and away. Yeah, A&M Corpus and Nichols are in the top of the second, no score. There's ball 2. We'll keep our eye on most of those, on all 4 of those games, because we're doing a lot of scoreboard watching this late in the season. 2-0 count to Jones as a ground ball to James, over to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mueller and the Huskies. And we're going to the bottom of the second inning. 0-0 here at Husky Field. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
We're passionate, delivering expert neurological care for adults and children. We're dedicated, responding to neurotrauma and stroke with Lifelight in our Level 1 Trauma Center. We're persistent, restoring lives at our Tier Rehabilitation and Research Hospital. We are Memorial Hermann. And we're making neuroscience breakthroughs every day.
You just hit the flavor motherload. Guaranteed delicious. Firehouse subs are packed beyond belief with steaming hot premium meats and cheeses. Starting at only $5.49, it's gourmet subs without the gourmet prices. Just look at our club on a sub. And by look, he means try. Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, melty Monterey Jack, and bacony bacon. Firehouse subs. Starting at only $5.49. One bite, one taste, you're hooked.
Huskies were down in order in the first inning, so that means the 4-hole hitter, Nicole Shedd, will be leading off here in the bottom of the second inning. Nicole, a junior from Converse Judson High School in outside of San Antonio, Universal City. 242 is her average, 7 doubles, a home run, a triple, and 13 runs batted in. She takes a strike on the first pitch from Brown. Nicole has struggled recently now, but she lofts some, and a nice catch by Rhodes. That thing was hit over the head of the shortstop, or third baseman, but Rhodes goes over and makes a kind of a backhanded catch in the air, and that's a fly out for the 4th straight fly out by the Huskies in this game. Libby Brown comes up now. Libby hitting .286 at the start of play here. And takes strike 1.
Hey, here we go, Lib.
Brown, the junior from Bel Air High School, ball 1 is high. 9 doubles, 1 triple, 9 runs batted in. Had a nice day yesterday. 3 for 4 in the doubleheader with a double and an RBI. Scored 4 times. Another strike call. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. There were tight zones yesterday, which created a lot of walks, and now anything in the right direction toward home plate is going to be called a strike, it seems like. That ball was high. It's 2-2. Levy now hitting .306 in conference play. And is 8 for 18 in her career against Northwestern State. There's a foul ball back into the screen, still 2-2. Lady Demons have the only hit in this game, but that was eliminated on a double play, so Emily Mueller has faced the minimum through 2 innings. Here's another pop-up back into the screen off the fist. That one's inside. Oh, hit her. Off the foot, I believe, but it got her. And Brown is the Huskies' first base runner. Oh. It was called a ball, so it's 3-2. I take it back. That's a little bit interesting there is what. So here's another foul ball, so we still have a 3-2 count. Brown delivers. Here's a line drive. That's going to be fouled down the left field line. Thought it was going to drop. Didn't drop quickly enough. Another 3-2 pitch coming up to Livy Brown. Brooke Bushman is on deck. One out, bottom of the second inning in a 0-0 game. Brown delivers. Another foul ball. That was a check swing up and in. And glances off Brown's bat. Looks like they're starting baseball a little bit early over there. They were scheduled to be at 1. Now they're saying noon. There's ball 4. And a nice walk that Brown worked for, and she has walked a lot this weekend. That is her 8th walk. Nope, take it back. Wrong page. That's her 3rd walk of the weekend. Brooke Bushman fouls the first pitch back. Bushman steps in at a 271 average, a sophomore from Ridge Point High School down at Sienna Plantation. Here's another pop-up, but it's going to be under the screen behind. And it rolls around. No balls and 2 strikes to Bushman. Brooke was 0 for 3 yesterday, but had a couple of walks and a sacrifice hit and a sacrifice fly. Had 2 runs batted in. Check swing. Nope. The appeal they went to, but Terry Peters is out beyond second base. She's the third base umpire. That's who the appeal would go to with the left-handed hitting Bushman, and she palmed down. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another foul ball. Still 1-2. So another 1-2 pitch coming up to Bushman. Swing and a miss. Ball was way outside, but not much she could do about it. First strikeout for Michaela Brown. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Now Megan Hires comes up. Megan, the freshman from Pearland, hitting .240. And this at bat. It's got 2 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 11 runs batted in. Takes the ball high. Mega 2 for 6 in the doubleheader yesterday. 1 run batted in, scored twice. There's a foul ball as Brown was moving on the pitch, but she'll go back. Megan also had a sac hit yesterday. Right-handed hitter. Rookie steps back in for a 1-1 pitch from Michaela Brown. That's a strike, 1-2. Here's a ground ball. This is the second baseman. Sorosiak gobbles it up, gets it to Jones, and that is the inning. Huskies get a base runner on the full count walk to Brown, but she stranded it first. 2 innings are in the books. 0-0 is our score. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Excuse me, is that your Diet Pepsi?
Sophia Vergara. Yeah, this is my Diet Pepsi. I love Diet Pepsi.
Do you love every sip?
Nothing is better than drinking a refreshing Diet Pepsi and just reveling in its crisp, delicious taste.
Well, you know what they say. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be.
So I should set this Diet Pepsi free and wait for it to come back. Then it'll be more delicious than ever. Would you hold my Diet Pepsi for me?
I'd love to.
Thank you. What happens now?
Go, get out of here. It can't come back to you if you're standing next to it.
Thanks, Sophia. I'll wait for you, Diet Pepsi.
The only thing better than an ice-cold Diet Pepsi is a free ice-cold Diet Pepsi.
Love every sip at dietpepsi.com.
Baseball finale against Northwestern State. The Huskies are playing over across the street. They did start at noon, and they are scoreless in the bottom of the 2nd inning. We are scoreless going into the top of the 3rd inning here at softball. As Haley Barbizon, the designated player, is the leadoff hitter. Barbizon, a freshman from Belle Chase, Louisiana. Played some in the outfield yesterday, pitched a little bit. And the first pitch into her on that wide strike zone is a strike. Barbizon, through 2 innings in game 1 yesterday, gave up 4 runs, just 1 was earned. Foul ball, and it's 0-2. Offensively, she was 0 for 4 with a couple of walks. That pitch way outside, and we found the limit. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a ground ball to Hires at first. 1 out.
Number 8.
Emma Hawthorne is the batter now. Hawthorne, the catcher. Freshman from Hallsville, Texas, up in East Texas. She takes strike 1. He's hitting .239. Hawthorne yesterday went 1 for 4 in the doubleheader with 1 sack hit. Here's a pop-up, and Yannick dives for it. It's pushed into foul territory. That wind saved the at-bat there for Hawthorne because it looked like it was going to be over, possibly out to second base, and just went drifting, and Yannick dove for it but couldn't come up with it. No balls and 2 strikes. And there's a ball low. It's 1-2. Wind blowing straight in from left center field. There's a ball low, 2-2.
Hey, right here, 9. Work, kid.
Here we go, lady. That one's low, and it's a full count now. It's not a particularly, doesn't seem as hot as the temperature says because of that wind blowing so hard. Here's a fly ball that's fouled down the left field line, so the count remains 3-2 to Emma Hawthorne. 1 out here on the top of the 3rd. Elise Vincent, the right fielder, is on deck. Here's a little ground ball to the second baseman. Yannick to Hires. 2 outs.
Number 21, Elise Vincent.
Of the 8 outs recorded so far, 7 have been as a result of ground balls. Vincent comes up, takes a strike. Elise Vincent, a freshman from Maurice, Louisiana, went to North Vermilion High School. She and her twin sister Adele on the team. Here's a ground ball to James. Third baseman gets it over to first, so another ground ball out. We have played 2.5, 0-0 here in Houston. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
What's it mean for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, to send someone to your job site? It means electricians that pass basic trigonometry, calculus, or algebra are sent to your job site. It means electricians familiar with OSHA compliance are sent to your job site. It means IBW electricians made a conscious decision to improve their life and the lives of others. What does it mean? It means everything. To be the best, hire the best.
The time is now to hire IBEW.
Moments, championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Women's College World Series, June 1st through 7th at ASA Hall of Fame Stadium, OGE Energy Field in Oklahoma City. Visit ncaa.com/WCWS for your tickets today.
Demianic will be leading off for the Huskies here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Demi's average has improved to 196. Fouls the first pitch off from Brown. Demi with a solid doubleheader yesterday, and it's good to see her coming back around again. Demi went 2 for 3, but had 3 sacrifice flies, knocked in 4 runs, scored 1. Had a double. There's a foul ball. She's down on the count 0-2. Huskies as a team had 5 sacrifice hits yesterday. Sacrifice flies. Pitch up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another good crowd here today at Husky Field. A lot of mamas and daddies. Here's a pop-up. This is in the infield, and Raines makes the play right in front of home plate. So the Huskies with a lot of pop-ups today, a lot of fly balls. That's the 5th. And only 1 ground ball out. 1 strikeout. Here's Kay Schrader, takes a strike on the first pitch. Okay, the junior from Sealy steps in with a .212 average. There's a foul ball. It's down the count 0-2. The Huskies had a lot of productive at-bats yesterday. They only had 12 hits in the doubleheader, but scored 16 runs. Schrader was 0 for 4, but had 1 RBI on a walk. Here's a line drive to the shortstop, and Haley Rhodes handles it. There are 2 outs now. Back to the top of the order, and Heidi Hawkes, who popped up to Rhodes, her first time up. Now the Huskies were the beneficiaries of 10 walks and 3 hit batters yesterday. Had 5 sacrifice flies, 4 sac hits, and won 8-3 and 8-0. Here's a bunt out front, and it's going to be a base hit. Hawkes beats it out. A 2-out single for the Huskies' first hit of the game. It's bunted right out in front of the plate, and Hawthorne maybe a little bit slow popping out and trying to make the play. So the Huskies have their second base runner. Brown walked an inning ago, and now a 2-out single by Hockes, and C.C. Bauer comes up. First pitch swinging is foul ball, and it is caught over in foul territory by Raines. So another fly ball. The Huskies can't be doing that. No runs, a hit, and a runner left. And we have played 3 complete, 0-0 here in Houston. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now
We know travel isn't what it used to be. By the time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you knew there was a hotel that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At DoubleTree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie. Our cookie serves as a symbol of our commitment to turn every little detail of your stay into a delight, preparing every comfort with care, making every touch special and every gesture true, giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile. Welcome to DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Through 3 innings, scoreboard looks pretty similar. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for each team. The Huskies have left 2 runners on. The only runner for Northwestern State was eliminated on a double play, so they haven't left anybody on yet. Top of the order, Sydney Salmons leading off. She was a strikeout victim her first time up. And swings. Now, what do we got here? No, got a base hit. That was a little bouncer to Hires, and she just beat it out. By the time it got to Megan, runner was past her. She tried to flip it to Yannick, but it was too late. So a second hit of the game for the Lady Demons. And now here's Haley Rhodes, who singled her first time up, and a sharp ground ball right down the left field line. Fouls the first pitch off trying to bunt. No balls and a strike. Husky baseball leading Northwestern State 2-0 over across the street. They are now in the top of the 3rd inning. Split the doubleheader yesterday. 0-1 pitch. Tries to bunt, offers at it, misses it. And it's an 0-2 count. Salmon's 13 of 14 in stolen bases, so that's a possibility over there if she doesn't get this bunt down. And she won't try. The pitch is outside. 1-2. Here's a ground ball back up the middle. And Yannick makes the tag as Salmons is sliding in. Went over the glove of Mueller and was right back at second base, and Yannick was able to make the tag on the runner coming in. So a fielder's choice is what puts Rhodes on first base. Salmon is out trying to advance by force. Here's Kincannon. Kelly hitting a double play. That's 6-4-3, her first time up. Missed a pitch here. There's a strike. Left-handed hitter. This one's just outside. Not sure if it's 1-1. It's 2-1. That's what I thought. We did miss a pitch. The pitch away, and now it's a 3-1 count. Cannon steps in at 287. Here's a line drive to Yannick, and it's an easy double play back to first as Rhodes was well off the base. So the second double play of the game for the Huskies gets them out of another inning.
Work or practice. Start your day with a well-rounded meal.
Middle of the fourth inning, still 0-0 here in Houston on the Legacy Sports Network.
At the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, we're dedicated to the dedicated, who lace up before sunrise, who don't let a hard hit keep them down, who want the ball when the game's on the line. So team up with the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute at Texas Medical Center, Memorial City, or the Woodlands, where our affiliated surgeons, specialists, and physical therapists offer all athletes the elite care they need to forge ahead.
Pepsi bubble for me money, any and every time, full of vibes, yes, right? Don't ask me why.
Original Pepsi flavor, perfect price, satisfaction in action, just the right size.
When we crave that fresh Pepsi flavor, at the $60 Pepsi bubble of me favor, experience me savor.
At the bubble we draw, original Pepsi saver.
Get the original bubble of your money now. It full of taste plus the price, right?
Original Pepsi flavor is nicer than nice.
We draw for the bubble like at the right size.
Pepsi, live for now.
Huskies hitting a lot of fly balls and pop-ups. They need to hit some line drives here as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Bill Cousins with you from Husky Field in Houston. 0-0. 2 hits for the Lady Demons, just 1 for the Huskies. As Cassie James leading off here in the bottom of the fourth inning, sees ball 1 sail inside. Officially Brown with 43 pitches, 33 have been strikes, and here's another pop-up. This one's going to be, I think, out of play. Yep. 1-1. It's down the left side. Brown's given up just 1 hit, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. And this next pitch will be the 45th. 34 of the first 44 have been strikes. Another ground ball. This one's foul on the third baseline. Another 1-2 pitch coming up from Michaela Brown, and it's high, 2-2. Here's a ground ball right at Brittany Jones at first, tags the base. 1 out. Nicole Shedd flew out
Number 14, left fielder,
to Haley Rhodes, who made a nice play on a little looper that went over the head of Raines, but Rhodes was able to have time to get over and backhand it. That was leading off the second inning. And the first pitch is down and in for ball 1. Here's another pop-up. And this is going to be Jones. Looked like it was going to the left side of the infield, and Jones, the first baseman, made the play. So quickly 2 outs in the Husky half of the fourth inning, and here is Libby Brown, who reached on a walk her first time up. Libby takes the first pitch in for a strike. Next pitch is high, 1-1. Foul ball back into the screen. Quick look at the scoreboard in the Southland today. Southeast Louisiana has come back to lead Sam Houston State. Top of the fourth, 4-3 is that score. The Lady Lions ahead. Over in San Antonio, UIW leading Lamar 4-3 in the top of the third. Here's another pop-up, and it's handled by Hawthorne in foul territory. And we'll give you the rest of those scores coming up, but we've played 4 complete here in Houston. It's still 0-0. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
You just hit the flavor motherload. Guaranteed delicious. Firehouse subs are packed beyond belief with steaming hot premium meats and cheeses.
Starting at only $5.49, it's gourmet subs without the gourmet prices.
Just look at our club on a sub.
And by look, he means try.
Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, melty Monterey Jack, and bacony bacon.
Firehouse subs. Starting at only $5.49.
One bite, one taste, you're hooked.
All right, everybody. If this one doesn't get your toe tapping, check your pulse. It may be dead. Here it is, coming to you in living cola. Refreshing Pepsi Cola. From the wonderful folks who put the in cola. I'll be signing off now, because it's my bedtime. I'll catch you on the flip side. Be there.
Trent Raines, the leadoff hitter for the Lady Demons. Top of the 5th inning, 0-0 is our score. Raines grounded out to Megan Hires at first, her first time up. Completing that, look at the scoreboard. Central Arkansas leading Abilene Christian 6-1 in the bottom of the 3rd out in Abilene. Nichols with a 1-0 lead over A&M Corpus Christi, top of the 4th down in Thibodaux. There's a ground ball right back to Mueller. She underhands it to Hires, and 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning.
Number 22, second baseman.
Michaela Soroziak, the batter now. She grounded out to her counterpart at second base. Demi Yannick, her first time up. And the first pitch is down and in. And in baseball, Huskies with a 2-1 lead over Northwestern State. They're in the top of the 3rd inning. Now in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Over across the street. That pitch is high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to Soroziak, who steps in at this at-bat with a .281 average. That pitch sneaks in for a strike, 2-1. Donald Pickett, the head coach of the Lady Demons, in the 3rd base box. Here's a fly ball out to Shedd. She comes in hard and makes the catch, running in toward the infield.
Number 4, first baseman.
2 outs. And here's Brittany Jones, the first baseman. Brittany grounded out to 3rd, her first time up.
Wait on it, Barry. Wait on it.
Donald has not had a lot of business today. None of the base coaches have. Over at first base is Amy Hooks. This pitch is down and away for a ball. Pickett, 238 and 237 in 1 tie in his 9th year. That pitch in for a strike. It's 1-1. Huskies and the Demons started playing each other in 2012. Demons have won 12. Huskies have won 4. Here's a pitch, hits the inner half. 1-2. That pitch down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Brittany Jones. Senior from Bryan High School. A line drive foul down the left side. And you get the ball back into Emily Mueller. Deuces Wild, 2-2 with 2 outs. Good pitch there from what he's been calling, but it's called a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a pop-up that's going to reach probably into the parking lot. Get past first base. Another 3-2 pitch coming. Another pop-up out of play. Huskies will end their regular season next weekend here at Husky Field against Sam Houston State. Lady Demons will be back home to face Central Arkansas. Those series next weekend, 5th and 6th of May. Here's ball 4 outside. 2-out walk to Jones, and that'll bring up Barbazon. Haley grounded out to first, her first time up. 0-0 is our score. We're in the top of the 5th inning. And the first pitch into Barbazon, in for a strike. Barbazon has 1 double, 2 triples, and 10 runs batted in on the year, hitting 200. That one just outside. It's 1-1. That one's in for a strike. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball to Yannick. And she bobbles it. It's an error. So runners at first and second now. With 2 outs. And here's Emma Hawthorne. We were supposed to have Emma Hawthorne, but we're going to have instead Kaylee Eisenberg to hit. And a pitch runner also at second for Jones.
Attention fans, pinch running for the Lady Demons, Kayla Rockmore.
Rockmore is the pinch runner, and Eisenberg is the pinch hitter. Eisenberg, sophomore from Lone Oak, Texas. A .262 hitter, and takes a strike. Eisenberg, 7 doubles, 1 home run, and 21 runs batted in. And 1 for 4 with a double in yesterday's doubleheader. Here's a little looper. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Here's the play hit home, and it's cut off. And the single scores the pinch runner, Rockmore, and the Lady Demons now lead 1-0. That was not hit hard, hit right to right field. Barbazon goes to third. Rockmore comes in with the RBI unearned run because of that error. And here's Elise Vincent. Vincent takes a strike. Vincent, her first time up. Grounded out. A walk and an error. That's all that the Demons needed to take a 1-0 lead here in the 5th. He called that a strike, and it was 6 inches outside. No balls and 2 strikes. Kind of wish the Southland would do something to upgrade the quality of umpiring. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, we found out what our limit was. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. And throw down Eisenberg. Went about halfway down and then scrambled back to first. The throw went down, cut off by Yannick, but they were looking to throw behind Barbizon. 1-2. Here's a foul ball. Huskies trying to keep the Lady Demons from stealing a run here in the top of the 5th inning. Huskies only have 1 hit. That was a bunt single by Hawkes in the 3rd inning. Only had 2 base runners against Michaela Brown. Another 1-2 pitch. There's a fly ball to right. Coming in, making the play to left, is Nicole Shedd. That's the 3rd out of the inning, but a run comes in, an unearned run comes in on a hit, an error, and 2 runners left on. And we have played into the middle of the 5th inning. HBU trailing the Lady Demons 1-0. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
I'm here with the Kolache Factory Master Baker. And while many around here enjoy these old world treats for breakfast or lunch on the go, others still don't know what a kolache is. So we thought we'd get answers straight from the horse's mouth.
There are no horses here.
That's just an expression.
My expression remind you of horse?
It's a pleasure to see that you bring such authentic Eastern European tradition and craftsmanship to your baking.
We make dough from scratch daily and use only finest meats, cheeses, and fruits.
I see that, but what is a kolache?
1 word.
Yes?
Delicious.
And?
Nutritious.
I was hoping for something more descriptive.
It's fresh.
Yes, but wouldn't you describe it as a lightly sweet roll baked with different ingredients inside? Like the popular sausage and cheese kolache.
Taste.
Oh,
see?
Oh, it's delicious. Folks, you have to experience a kolache for yourself. Just visit the Kolache Factory.
Delicious. A history of good taste.
Could I try another one?
Of course. Come with me. I give you a very special kolache treat. Come here.
Thanks.
You're very skinny.
I know.
Well, the Huskies have some catching up to do now. Down 1-0 as Brooke Bushman steps in here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And first pitch swinging. It's a pop-up down to left field, and coming in hard is Kincannon making the catch. And the Huskies just cannot get the ball any line drives right now. Everything's popped up or weak fly balls. Here's Megan Hires. Megan did have a ground out her first time, but it was to the second baseman. And here's another pop-up. And let's see if this will be playable. Yes, it is. Nice play by Hawthorne, who came back in. So 2 pitches and 2 outs here in the 5th inning.
Second baseman, number 8, Demi Yannick.
Here's Demi Yannick. Demi popped out to third, her first time up. Demi at 194 now. And another pop-up. This will be Raines, who came back in, and foul territory makes the play. So 3 pitches and 3 outs. A very quick 5th inning. And we have played 5, 1-0 Northwestern State. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Tammy and I have been going steady since high school.
Tammy and Tommy, 2 peas in a pod, as they say.
We have all the same friends. We like all the same things. I mean, we practically even have the same name.
But there's one thing we could just never agree on.
Soda.
I have been begging him all these years to just try Pepsi, and I knew he would change his tune.
Yeah.
So, finally, I had him take the Pepsi Taste Challenge. And go on, tell him what you told me, Tommy.
I'm a Pepsi man.
Right? Gosh, isn't Pepsi so good?
I tell you what, I don't know why I didn't try it sooner.
Me neither.
It's so crisp and refreshing and bubbly.
Like me.
Like you.
I'm always right.
She's always right.
All across the South, people are choosing the great taste of Pepsi. Take the Pepsi Taste Challenge and let your taste decide.
Mueller back out in the circle. She gave up that unearned run in the last top of the 5th inning. I'll try to keep the Demons down. Here is Sydney Salmons leading off. Sydney with a single and a strikeout in her first 2 trips today, now hitting .283. Junior from the Woodlands. Hitting from the left side. That hit of hers, just a little nubber over to Hires at first. Here's another ground ball. This is to Brown, and she beats it out. 2-hopper to Libby Brown and a leadoff single by Salmons. Haley Rhodes the batter now. Haley is 1 for 2. Got her single in the first inning. First pitch down and in. She had squared around trying to think about a sacrifice, but let it go. 1 ball and no strikes. Husky baseball now with a 5-2 lead in the top of the 4th inning. Over across the street. Here's a ground ball that is foul. Handled by Donald Pickett. He's in foul territory. 1-1 the count. Another bunt. This is, she gets it down. Hawkins is going to go to Yannick at first. Sacrifice successful. 2-4 on the putout. And Salmons is at second with 1 out. Here is Kelly Kincannon. Kincannon is hit into a couple of double plays today. 6-4-3 in the first inning and a line out to Yannick, ending the 4th inning. First pitch, well outside, but called a strike. This next pitch will be the 70th from Mueller. A foul ball. Kincannon had to reach out. The ball's in 2 strikes. Way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Northwestern State trying to come back with another run here. That pitch clips her. So Kincannon hit by a pitch. We'll put runners at first and second now. Still is 1 out, and here is Jordan Raines, the third baseman. Raines has grounded out twice, once to Megan Hires at first, and then back to the box to Emily Mueller. So Raines now hitting .315, 0 for 2, and takes a strike. Salmons is at second. She had an infield single and a sacrifice. And then Kincannon at first after being hit by a pitch. 0-1. Fly ball to right. And going back and making a great catch on the wall is Bauer. Now moving up to third as Salmons, that was right down the right field line, and Bauer makes a great catch and is able to turn around and get the ball back in. That's a situation where with her speed, Salmons might have tried to test it, trying to score. And now Huskies try for an appeal, and none of the umpires are looking at it. None of the umpires are looked over there to see if there was making a call, whether it's safe or not. The Huskies think she may have left early. The umpires had no clue. So that means that Salmons is over at third. And here's a pop-up. This is Sorosiak, first pitch swinging. And a pop-up handled by Libby Brown for the third out. Just unbelievable that the umpires don't pay attention to the game. Neither one of them saw. Nobody gave a signal. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. We're played middle of the sixth, 1-0 is our score.
You just hit the flavor motherload. Guaranteed delicious. Firehouse subs are packed beyond belief with steaming hot premium meats and cheeses. Starting at only $5.49, it's gourmet subs without the gourmet prices. Just look at our club on a sub. And by look, he means try. Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, melty Monterey Jack, and bacony bacon.
Firehouse subs.
Starting at only $5.49. One bite, one taste, you're hooked.
International Brotherhood of Electric Workers, Local 716 in Houston, get up for work each day because we believe building schools to code matters. Because building Houston's hospitals correctly saves lives. Because training for 10,000 hours makes a difference. That's why we get up, because we want to make a difference. To be the best, hire the best.
IBEW, where skill and value lock arms. The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
1-0, Northwestern State going to the bottom of the sixth inning, and Kay Schrader will be the leadoff hitter for the Huskies, and she hits a ground ball foul down the left field side. Jeff and I are discussing whether there was a call made. He says there was, so I'll go with that. Didn't matter in the long run anyhow, since the Huskies got to pop out on the next pitch. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Lady Demons. That pitch is up and in, 1-1. And now we have a question whether that ball hit Schrader, and now the umpires are going to get together and to see what all three of them missed again. Roger Wilhite came down from the third base box, says, get together. And they said she did get hit. Wow. Pitch was up and in. And if it hit her, didn't hit her very hard. HBUHuskies comes up now with a runner at first. First time the Huskies have had a leadoff runner on, only their third runner of the game. As Jordan Raines comes down about halfway down from third base to handle the bunt, but it's a foul ball, the first pitch. But that's what the Huskies are going to have to try to do, is manufacture one here against Michaela Brown, who's given up only one scratch bunt single. Her first, that was to Hawkins her last time up, and one walk. And she's had one strikeout, and the Huskies have shown a propensity to getting the ball in the air today, but 10 or 12 flyouts for the Huskies in this game. Oh, 1 pitch coming up to Hawkins. As the bunt is down but foul again. No balls and 2 strikes. Both Jones from first and Raines from third crashing really hard. We'll see if the bunt's still on. No balls and 2 strikes to Hawkins. She swings and fouls it back. Raines is still about 2/3 of the way down at third base now. She walks back. Another 0-2 pitch coming up. Heidi Hawkins. It's high for a ball, 1-2. Huskies have not been a team that steals bases this year. Schrader just 1 for 1. And she's got some of the better speed on the team. There's another pop-up foul. Still 1 and 2. As a team this year, the Huskies have only stolen 10 bases. They prefer the sacrifice hit. They've done that 39 times, but they're out of that business right now with a 1-2 count to Huskies. There's another ground ball that is up the middle, and it threw into center field for a base hit. Bounces over the head of Brown and over second base and past Rhodes and Sorosiak. So the Huskies have runners at first and second, and still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning for CC Bauer. The definition of a seeing eye single right there. So Bauer comes up. CC is 0 for 2, flown out twice. And she is swinging away and pops it up foul. Bauer at 310. Well, just 2 Huskies hitting over 300 right now. She does have 7 sack hits this year, and you kind of halfway expect her to try to get it down, but she wasn't bunting then. Now she is. A bunt down the third base line, and it is a successful sacrifice, 5-4, and the runners are up in scoring position. So with 1 out, Schrader is at third, Huskies is at second, and here is Cassie James. Cassie comes up, 0 for 2 today. Flied out to left, and then grounded out to first, and takes strike 1. James hitting .314 on the year. There's a fly ball. This is to left. Let's see if it's deep enough. Schrader does not test it. Cannon gets it back in quickly after the catch.
Number 14, left fielder.
So there are 2 outs. And here's Nicole Shedd. Nicole is 0 for 2 with a couple of fly ball outs. Little looper caught by the shortstop and a pop-up, and swings and misses at the first pitch from Michaela Brown. Shedd 0 for 2 now in this game. And 0 for 8 in the series. Here's a looper into center field. It's going to drop. 1 run comes in. Here is the play at home, and she is out at home. But the Huskies have tied it on the RBI single by Nicole Shedd. And we are tied at 1 after 6. Throw went from Salmons to Hawthorne, and Huskies was out at home, but you got to test it sometimes. So a single scores the run, and we are tied after 6. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
At Houston Federal Credit Union, we're dedicated to our members, our communities, and now the students, faculty, and employees of Houston Baptist University. From checking and savings accounts to loans, IRAs, money markets, and other financial tools, HFCU is ready to serve the HBU Huskies and their fans. Learn more today. Call 866-OUR-HFCU or log on to HoustonFCU.org. Houston Federal Credit Union and the HBU Huskies. That's a doggone good team.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA.
All right, everybody. If this one doesn't get your toe tapping, check your pulse. You may be dead. Here it is, coming to you in living cola. Refreshing Pepsi Cola. From the wonderful folks who put the in cola. I'll be signing off now, because it's my bedtime. I'll catch you on the flip side. Be there.
He's triple their hit total in that inning, get a couple of hits and score the tying run. Now Brittany Jones, Haley Barbizon, and Emma Hawthorne will be facing Emily Mueller here in the top of the 7th inning in what is now a tie game. Jones has a walk and a ground out today. Now hitting .218, hitting from the right side. Ground ball, there's a base hit through the left side. First pitch swinging and a sharp ground ball through the 56 hole. Fifth hit of the game for the Lady Demons. So Haley Barbizon comes up now, expecting a sacrifice attempt, and she takes ball 1 down and away. Northwestern State has out-hit the Huskies 5-3. The Huskies have made the only error in the game in a 1-1 game. Here's a bunt attempt right out in front. Hawkins throws over to first, and she's safe. Barbizon beats it out. So runners at first and second and nobody out. Now is Hawthorne. Hawthorne was lifted for a pinch hitter her last time up, so she can't be lifted again, but expect another bunt attempt here. And she squares, pops it up, caught. And runners are able to get back. Hires comes in, makes a good catch, and no play for any of the runners coming back. So that's the first out of the inning. Jones and Barbizon still at second and first respectively. And now here is Elise Vincent. She hits a ground ball to third. James throws back to Brown covering third. And that's the second out of the inning. So Salmons comes up. Salmons with a couple of hits today and a called third strike. She hits a little ground ball out in front, and there's going to be no play on her getting down to first base. That one just kind of stuck in the ground and dribbled, and no play any place. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And that brings up Haley Rhodes. Rhodes had a first inning single, ripped it right down the left field line, but she was eliminated on a double play. Here's a pop-up. This is out to shallow center field. Kay Schrader comes in, makes the play. Well, that was a lot happening and not that many pitches in that inning. But 3 are left on, and we are going to the bottom of the 7th. It's 1-1 Huskies. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Are you a graduate of Houston Baptist University? Did you know the value of your degree increases when you actively participate in the HBU Alumni Association? Your Alumni Association actively supports the growth, retention, and ranking of our school by our scholarship efforts. Husky Alumni Network volunteers actively work to recruit the best and brightest to HBU, and we promote and support programs intended to build a growing network of people committed to quality, higher Christian education through our alumni scholarship efforts. We also work to strengthen the bond between our university and the community, and we're your connection to over 18,000 fellow alumni, mostly in and around the Houston metro area. Log on to learn more about our mission and your privileges and benefits at hbu.edu/alumni. And find us via social media on Facebook at the Houston Baptist University Alumni Association page and on Twitter and Instagram at HBU_alumni. But no matter how you do it, connect with the HBU Alumni Association, because a strong alumni base equals a strong HBU.
Bottom of the 7th in a tie game. Here's Libby Brown. Brown, Bushman, and Hires to be facing Michaela Brown. Libby with a walk and a fly ball out her 2 times. There was a foul out to the catcher Hawthorne. And the first pitch into Libby Brown in for a strike. Now hitting .283, 0 for 1, 9 doubles, a triple, and 9 runs batted in. There's a pitch high, it's 1-1. Lady Demons have out-hit the Huskies 7-3. Huskies have made the only error. Lady Demons have left 7 on base. Here's a line drive to the third baseman. Raines handles it. 1 out. Brooke Bushman comes up now. Brooke is 0 for 2. Swinging strikeout her first time up. And then a fly out to left. Here's a little popper. That is going to drop and knock down. It'll be a double. Kincannon go for it. Couldn't make the play. It dribbled away from her. So it'll be a 2-base hit for Bushman. That is her 4th double of the year. One of the shorter doubles you're ever going to see. But got it up in the air to toward left, and the wind just played ping pong with it. That was the first extra base hit of this game by either side, and here is Megan Hires. And now timeout is called. As Tom Geringer, the plate umpire, goes over There's a discussion with Donald Pickett and one of his assistant coaches, and Geringer's over there next to him, but I'm not sure what this is about. Looks like we're going to have a defensive change. Yeah. Actually, let's see. We do have a defensive change. Rawls is coming in, and she is going to play to left field, and Kincannon is coming out of the game. Well, we got to check here as they are discussing everything out in the circle now. Barbazan is going into right field, you say.
Let's go, Husky! Keep it going!
And
attention fans, number 1, Haley Barbazan is now playing right field, and number 30
Rawls is going to be in left field.
Is in left field.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Kincannon will stay as the DP. So Barbazan moves into right field, and Rawls will be in the 8 hole, playing in left, I think. So 1-0. Hires, swings, fouls the ball off. And Vincent, okay, we're still trying to figure it out. There's a ball inside, 1-1. Let's figure this out again. Kincannon becomes the DP. Barbazan becomes right fielder. Hawthorne, Vincent is out. Here's a pop-up. Shortstop Rhodes handles it. There are 2 outs now. Got too many players in right field. Barbazan is in right. Rawls is in left. Yeah. Amber Lotz is going to come in, a pinch hit now for Yannick.
Pitch in for your HBU Huskies. Number 3, Amber Watts.
So Amber Lotz is going to pinch hit. Bushman is out at second base with 2 outs.
Hey, right here, see it and drive it, baby.
Amber, freshman from Bowie High School in Austin, takes a strike. Amber has not seen action so far in this series. Right-handed hitter. Takes that ball high, 1-1 the count. Amber hitting 156 on the year. As a pinch hitter, this is her first. Well, she's 0 for 0 as a pinch hitter. She may have walked, I think. There's a foul ball back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yannick, if we do not get that runner in from second, Yannick will go back in to play second base, my guess. Brown handles it. That's high. It's 2-2. Lotz gets on. Kay Schrader will be up. Huskies do not have a lot of options. There's a pop-up, but it's going to be back onto this screen. Right up here. And it stays.
Hey, let's go 3 right here, kid.
2-2 is the count to Lotz. Amber, it's been a while since Amber's been in a game. Two is the count. She was, pitch is down, 3-2. Amber was in as a placed runner last week at Corpus Christi. Scored a run, but did not play defensively. Three-two. Well, check swing. It goes out in front of the plate, and Hawthorne is able to get on it and throw her out at first for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, the Huskies get a runner in scoring position, but can't do anything with it. We're going to extra innings here. It is 1-1. 3rd game of this 3-game series. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now
we know travel isn't what it used to be. By the time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you knew there was a hotel that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At DoubleTree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie. Our cookie serves as a symbol of our commitment to turn every little detail of your stay into a delight, preparing every comfort with care, making every touch special and every gesture true, giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel, so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile. Welcome to DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Huskies going to extra innings for the 4th time this year. They're 3-0 in extras, including last week's 12-inning win at Corpus Christi. Earlier, they won in 9 innings against UT San Antonio over in San Antonio, and in 9 innings against Western Illinois back on February 24th up in Conway, Arkansas. Kincannon is now the DP. She steps in here to lead off the top of the 8th inning and hits the first pitch, snared by Yannick. Nice play by Demi Yannick, and there's 1 out. Hard smash, looked like it was ticketed for right field, and Yannick laid out, got it into her glove and threw her out. Jordan Raines, who's 0 for 3 today, is the batter now. She's down to 3-11. And here's another ground ball to Yannick. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Obviously, Demi came back in after being pinch hit for in the bottom of the 7th. Now here's the other second baseman, Michaela Soroziak. Michaela 0 for 3 today, and she takes strike 1. Soroziak now at 277. Good news over at baseball, top of the 5th inning. The Huskies have strengthened their lead. It's now 10-3. Here's a fly ball foul here. 0-2 the count. 10-3 Huskies over Northwestern State in baseball, top of the 5th inning. There are almost 4 other games in Southland play going on, and we'll try to update those when this one is over. There's a pitch low, 1-2. Everything's important this time of year. There were 3 teams tied for 4th place. Pitch is high, 2-2. Mueller went all 12 innings last week when the Huskies outlasted Liz Carter and A.M. Corpus Christi. 6-4 was that final in the 12 innings. Here's a fly ball. That is hit out to Shedd. She comes in, makes the catch. That was a sinking line drive out to left field, and Shedd comes in and makes a wonderful diving catch. 3rd out in the 8th inning, and the Huskies have a chance now in the bottom of the 8th coming up. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
And now a public service message from a concerned citizen. Translation.
Hey, Texas, your car exhaust is making it hard for me to breathe.
Translation.
Not to mention my friends, the birds, coyotes, and crickets.
Translation.
You go, Frog!
Translation.
But you drivers can do something about it. Listen to this announcer person.
Keep your car maintained. Drive the speed limit. Drive less. That means ride share, combine errands, and telecommute. Don't wait and drive through lines with your engine idling. And when it's time for a new car or truck, get a vehicle that pollutes less. Go to drivecleanacrosstexas.org for even more ideas. Translation.
Hey, I want to stick around for a while. I've got tadpoles to support.
This message brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation and the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, reminding you to drive clean across Texas.
Kay Schrader leading off for the Huskies in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kay 0 for 1, hit by a pitch. Her last time up. Got as far, and then, well, actually, here's a line drive. That is hit well out into center field, and coming in, making the play is Salmons, moving over into left center field. Back to the top of the order now, Heidi Hawkes. Hawkes with a couple of hits in this game. A bunt single in the 3rd, a single up the middle. Here's another one. 3rd hit of the game for Hawkes. She's got half the Husky hits. This one goes up the middle. Got more than half the hits. That's 5 hits for the Huskies, and 3 have been by Hawkes. Now here's Cece Bauer. Cece got a sacrifice down her last time up. But pops this one up. This is Rhodes with the play. And there are 2 outs. Here's Cassie James. Cassie looking for her first hit in this game. Cassie at 3-11. Fly out, ground out, another fly out, twice to left. There's a pitch called a strike. There's a fly ball to center, right at Salmons, and that's it for the Huskies. They get a hit, leave the runner on at first, and we're going to the ninth inning now. Still 1-1. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
I'm here with the Kolache Factory Master Baker to find out what a kolache is straight from the horse's mouth.
There are no horses here.
Right. Tell us about kolache's authentic Eastern European tradition and craftsmanship.
We make dough from scratch daily and use only finest meats, cheeses, and fruits.
And how would you describe a kolache?
Delicious.
And?
Nutritious.
Yes, but wouldn't you describe it as a lightly sweet roll baked with different ingredients inside, like the popular sausage and cheese kolache?
Taste.
That's delicious.
See?
Folks, experience a kolache for yourself at the Kolache Factory.
A history of good taste.
Everybody said that I could be a barrel and a rodeo on TV. Even then, they'd ask me. I said, I've got other plans. Yeah, I'm a garbage can along the highway side. Here to help you understand. If you're going driving Texas, you gotta throw your trash in the can.
Hey, this is Jack Inger. Remember, don't mess with Texas.
Brought to you by the Texas Department of Transportation.
Ninth inning, and it'll be Brittany Jones, the leadoff hitter for Northwestern State. Jones today is 1 for 2. She's reached twice, walked in the 5th, and then singled in the 7th after a ground out in the second inning, hitting .224. Right-handed hitter, watches the first pitch sail wide, ball 1. Let's go on and take a look at that scoreboard now as we can. Southeastern Louisiana leading Sam Houston State 5-3. There's a strike. That game is in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lamar over Incarnate Word 8-6 in the top of the 5th. UCA leading Abilene Christian 7-3, bottom of the 6th. Ball 2 is outside, 2-1 the count. Final in the first game of that doubleheader in Thibodaux, Nichols beat A&M Corpus Christi 3-1. That pitch, a strike, 2-2. And in baseball, 10-3 Huskies over Northwestern State, bottom of the 5th. Count is 2-2. Mueller delivers, pitch away. 3-2 now to Jones. That one, strike 3 call, hits the inner half. Jones thought it was inside. Tom Geringer disagreed. Who am I to disagree with that? 1 out. And it's just the second strikeout. Second strikeout for Mueller. Here's Haley Barbizon, who is now in right field. She takes strike 1. Ground ball, that is foul ball. And it was bounced over the glove of Hires and then down the line, but plate umpire Tom Geringer quickly called it foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Barbizon stayed at first. She thought it was fair. Oh, 2 away, 1-2. Everything significant now. We told you that Sam Houston State, Central Ark, and Southeastern all were tied for the 4th spot. Ooh, that's low. Barely. 2-2 the count. For the 4th spot, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And 6 teams qualify for the conference postseason tournament. Here's a ground ball, backhanded by Brown. Her throw is high. And
She touched you. You got the free bag.
there should be a base hit. Nice stop by Brown. Her throw over was high, and I think she was going to be safe anyhow. So that is the 8th hit of the game for the Lady Demons. And that brings up Emma Hawthorne, the catcher. She takes ball 1. That pitch is high, 2 balls and no strikes. Northwestern State started the day 10.5 games back. They were a game and a half out of 6th place, as was Stephen F. Austin. And the Huskies were 12.5 games behind McNeese. Here's a pop-up. This is into center field, and Schrader makes the play. There are 2 outs now. That'll bring up Julie Rawls. No. No, it's Vincent. Oh, she's the, well. Okay, whatever. There's a strike. 1-1 the count to whoever's up. That's 21, Vincent. She's in left field now?
Vincent's your DP.
Vincent's our... And Kincannon's back into left field. Here's a ground ball to Brown. She cannot handle it. Tried to rush the throw a little bit, and that'll be an error on Libby. So runners at first and second now. With 2 outs, that's the second error of the game for the Huskies. The first one was very costly. Led to an unearned run in the 5th inning. Here's another ground ball to Brown. She'll go to first with it and gets her. Salmon's finally thrown out on an infield ground ball. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. And we're going to the bottom of the 9th. Still tied at 1. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Epic moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Women's College World Series, June 1st through 7th at ASA Hall of Fame Stadium, OGE Energy Field in Oklahoma City. Visit ncaa.com/WCWS for your tickets today.
A firefighter's duty. Fighting fires, rescuing citizens, performing copious kettlebell exercises demands a daring degree of readiness. A degree of readiness achieved eating fulfillingly flavorful Firehouse subs. With premium carved meats and cheeses steamed to tasty magnificence, then piled onto toasted rolls. Is your footwear connected to your pants? No, it's not. Because you're not a firefighter. But you can be ready like one. Firehouse subs, the hero of all subs.
Nicole Shadd's going to lead off for the Huskies in the bottom of the 9th inning. Nicole with the RBI single her last time up. Tied the game in the 6th inning. And she takes ball 1 inside. Nicole's first hit of this series. Average back up to 244. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball foul. Big change in that score over in Hammond, Sam Houston State with a grand slam home run. Now leading Southeastern 7-6 in the top of the 7th inning. There's a fly ball to left. That is Kincannon out there. She kind of wobbled around underneath him and made the catch. Shed flies out to her counterpart in left field. Now Libby Brown comes up. Libby brings a 281 average into this at-bat. She walked in the second, fouled out in the fourth, and lined out to third her last time up. That was in the seventh inning. And the first pitch to her is high for a ball. Here's a ground ball. This is the shortstop. Rhodes gobbles it up across, and there are 2 outs now. Brooke Bushman doubled her last time up. And a little flare to left field that Kincannon made the hero dive for and couldn't come up with it, and it dribbled away from her, and by the time they recovered the ball, Brooke was standing on second. She takes a strike. Brooke now hitting .273 after her 4th double of the year. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 9th. And another strike on the outer half. 0-2. Here's a fly ball. That's a flare out to center that Salmons comes over, makes the play. And that's the 3rd out. Huskies hit the ball relatively hard in that inning, but nothing to show for it. Now we're going to play these placing games here, coming up to the top of the 10th inning. Still 1-1 after 9. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
At Houston Federal Credit Union, we're dedicated to our members, our communities, and now the students, faculty, and employees of Houston Baptist University. From checking and savings accounts to loans, IRAs, money markets, and other financial tools, HFCU is ready to serve the HBU Huskies and their fans. Learn more today. Call 866-OUR-HFCU or log on to HoustonFCU.org. Houston Federal Credit Union and the HBU Huskies. That's a doggone good team.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA.
International Brotherhood of Electric Workers, Local 716 in Houston, get up for work each day because we believe building schools to code matters. Because building Houston's hospitals correctly saves lives. Because training for 10,000 hours makes a difference. That's why we get up, because we want to make a difference. To be the best, hire the best.
IBEW, where skill and value lock arms. The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
Top of the 10th inning, and now we have that softball rule where they place a runner at second base at the start of the inning, and this will be Sydney Salmons out there. Haley Rhodes is the leadoff hitter. She'll be trying probably to get the bunt down to get that runner over. And misses the bunt attempt. And it's a strike. 0-1. Rhodes today has a sacrifice bunt. She's 1 for 3. And looked like she missed another one. Yep. So she's down on the count 0-2. Here's Mueller's delivery. Just outside, ball 1. Rhodes' hit was early. That was the first hit of the game, first of 8 now for the Lady Demons. That pitch high, 2-2 now. And she's not squaring around these last 2 offerings. Salmons, a runner placed at second base. Here's a ground ball to Brown. Her throw is in time, but the runner gets over to third. That's the first out. Nice play by Brown, but I'm not sure if the extra 60 feet is going to help the Huskies. Salmon's now sitting at third base. Here's Kelly Kincannon. And she fouls the first pitch. Out of play, left side. Kincannon is 0 for 3. She has reached for being hit by a pitch. Another foul ball. She's down in the count 0-2. Kincannon grounded into a double play in the first inning and lined into a double play in the fourth, hit by a pitch in the sixth, and then had a legitimate dull at bat when she grounded out to second base. Huskies are not playing that close in. There's a pitch outside, 1-2. Middle infielders Brown and Yannick still at their regular positions. There's a ball high, and it's 2-2. Almost like they would concede the run. Line drive, that is off the glove of Hires down the right field line in a single. And it's a 2-1 game as the run comes in. That was ripped, and Hires just couldn't get the glove up quickly enough to make the catch. So the base hit scores Salmons. Still just one out, and the runner is Kincannon at first. There's a first pitch in to Jordan Raines, in for a strike. The Huskies come up in the bottom of the 10th inning. Megan Hires will be the leadoff hitter. There's an 0-1 pitch. Foul ball, and it's 0-2. Last week we went through a couple of innings of this trading runs, the 10th, 11th innings. Pitches away, 1-2 down at Corpus, and the Huskies scored 3 in the top of the 12th and ended up winning 6-4. The game was tied at 1 after 7. Pitch low, 2-2. Huskies really had the nervous situation when at bottom of the 11th inning last week, Corpus had the bases loaded and nobody out. A run had already come in. Here's a ground ball. This is to third. Plays at second. They try to relay to first, not in time for the around the horn double play, but the force out at second is the second out of the inning. Kincannon is gone, but Raines is now the runner at first. Here's Sorosiak with 2 outs. And the first pitch, breaking pitch, in for a strike. The Huskies got a strikeout and a couple of pop-outs, as I remember, and escaped that bases loaded tie game in the 11th inning. Here's a ground ball to James at third. Her throw to first is in time, so the Huskies will get a chance with a runner at second coming up to try to tie it here in the 10th inning. We have played into the middle of the 10th, and it's a 2-1 lead for Northwestern State. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Coming to you in Living Cola.
The joy of cola.
Pepsi Cola from the wonderful folks who put the R in cola.
Bottom of the 10th now, as Brooke Bushman will be the runner placed at second base for the Huskies. Megan Hires leading off. Huskies down 2-1, and see if Megan is able to get a sacrifice down to get her over to third. And she does square, fouls it down right at the plate. Pitch was high and probably not a good one to try to bunt on.
Hey, let's go 1-7 right here, kid.
Kayla Brown, through 9 innings, has given up 5 hits, just the 1 run. It was earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. There's another. That one is foul. Boy, that was really close to staying on the line.
Hey, nice try, kid.
And really, even with Hires running, the Lady Demons had no choice to see if that would just dribble foul, and then, boy, the last couple of rotations it did. No balls and 2 strikes to Hires. And there's a little pop-up that's going to be into the screen over by the Huskies dugout. Still 0-2. Brown delivers. That one's just outside and low. 1-2, and that was the 100th pitch unofficially from Michaela Brown. She has been around the plate. 77 strikes. Here's a line drive foul. Still 1-2. Brown threw 79 pitches in 3 2/3 innings yesterday, starting the first game, the game that Huskies won 8-3. Coming back today, 1-2. That's a strike. Strike 3 called, and Hires strikes out. That may make it tough now. Here is Demi Yannick. Demi pulled for a pinch hitter. Amber Lott's her last time up. Demi with a couple of fly ball outs today, averaged down to 192 again. Pop up and a foul out, takes ball 1. Demi had a solid day yesterday with those 3 sacrifice flies. There's a ground ball. This is the shortstop. Her throw is in time. And now Bushman is caught up, and she is going to be tagged out for the 3rd out, and Northwestern State has won the game. Final score, Northwestern State 2, the Huskies 1. We'll be back to wrap this one up here in Houston. Coming up, you're listening to Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Tammy and I have been going steady since high school.
Tammy and Tommy, 2 peas in a pod, as they say.
We have all the same friends. We like all the same things. I mean, we practically even have the same name.
But there's one thing we could just never agree on.
Soda.
I have been begging him all these years to just try Pepsi, and I knew he would change his tune.
Yeah.
So, finally, I had him take the Pepsi Taste Challenge. And go on, tell him what you told me, Tommy.
I'm a Pepsi man.
Right? Gosh, isn't Pepsi so good?
I tell you what, I don't know why I didn't try it sooner.
Me neither.
It's so crisp and refreshing and bubbly.
Like me.
Like you.
I'm always right.
She's always right.
All across the South, people are choosing the great taste of Pepsi. Take the Pepsi Taste Challenge and let your taste decide.
We're passionate, delivering expert neurological care for adults and children. We're dedicated, responding to neurotrauma and stroke with Lifelight in our Level 1 Trauma Center. We're persistent, restoring lives at our Tier Rehabilitation and Research Hospital. We neuroscience breakthroughs every day.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my groups.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
This is the HBUHuskies Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
Tough loss for the Huskies today. They lose in extra innings for the first time this year, a 2-1 decision to Northwestern State. Northwestern State with the placed runner got her around to score in the 10th inning. The Huskies couldn't get their placed runner to score in the bottom of the inning, and that's where we stand. Final totals in this game for HBU, or for Northwestern State: 2 runs, 9 hits. They did not make an error, and they left, 10 runners on base. HBU, 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors, and the Huskies left 5 runners on base. Emily Mueller, the tough luck losing pitcher, another complete game. Both said, I don't know if those runs are unearned or not, but that winning run, it's not charged to her, so both runs were unearned according to the stats. Michaela Brown, the winner, 14-12 on the season. She gave up just 1 run and 5 hits. The only extra base hit of the game was Brooke Bushman's double, but the Huskies just couldn't get the clutch hits when they needed to today, and that may have just eliminated the Huskies from trying to get into the Southland Conference tournament. They're now 8-16 on the season, and looking at what's happening now, looks like Sam Houston State and Southeastern Louisiana are now tied in the bottom of the 7th inning with 2 outs. So that game, those 2 teams tied at 11-12 coming in today. The best the Huskies can do is finish 11-16. If Sam Houston State wins today, or either one of those teams today, the worst they could be is 12-15. Central Arkansas also playing today at Abilene Christian, and they were up big early. They scored 6 in the first inning and now lead 7-3 in the bottom of the 6th. So it doesn't look good right now for the Huskies. They have 3 more games left of the regular season next weekend here at Husky Field against Sam Houston State, trying to salvage and get some positive vibes going into the offseason. Final words coming up. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
A firefighter's duty. Fighting fires, rescuing citizens, performing copious kettlebell exercises demands a daring degree of readiness. A degree of readiness achieved eating fulfillingly flavorful Firehouse subs. With premium carved meats and cheeses steamed to tasty magnificence and piled onto toasted rolls. Is your footwear connected to your pants? No, it's not. Because you're not a firefighter. But you can be ready like one. Firehouse subs, the hero of all subs.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now
We know travel isn't what it used to be. By the time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you knew there was a hotel that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At DoubleTree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie. Our cookie serves as a symbol of our commitment to turn every little detail of your stay into a delight, preparing every comfort with care, making every touch special and every gesture true, giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel, so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile, Welcome to Doubletree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Are you looking for a totally free checking account? Houston Federal Credit Union has it, and it's packed with free services like mobile banking with person-to-person transfers and mobile bill pay. And Houston Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of HBU athletics. So stop by their office at 6808 Bentliff Drive and experience a better way of banking. Visit HoustonFCU.org for more information. Houston Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of HBU.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA.
The good news is America is coming back. More jobs, more building, more of what makes our country great. And more cities and towns, more small businesses and big corporations are choosing the highly skilled, highly trained members of the IBEW to do the work. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is committed to doing the job right, on time, safely. America's making a big comeback, and the IBEW is proud to do our part.
Looking at the results right now, it looks like the Huskies technically have been eliminated. UCA beat Abilene Christian 7-3. That's their 12th win in conference play. And either Sam Houston State or Southeast Louisiana will win their 12th game this afternoon. They're tied in the bottom of the 7th now, so that means the Huskies are gone after next weekend. But we'll have 3 more games here on the Legacy Sports Network next weekend. The Huskies taking on Sam Houston State, doubleheader on Friday at 1 o'clock, and then here on Saturday to end the season at noon. I'm Bill Cousins. Hope you've enjoyed this broadcast. Even though it was a tough luck 2-1 loss for the Huskies in 10 innings, and join me next Friday as the Huskies take on Sam Houston State. Until then, good night, everybody.
You've been listening to HBU Husky Sports on the Husky Sports Network, powered by the Legacy Sports Network. HBU Athletics thanks our corporate sponsors who make these broadcasts available. Houston Federal Credit Union, the Memorial Hermann Healthcare System, Pepsi, IBEW Local 716, Firehouse Subs, Kolache Factory, HUB International, and Doubletree Suites Hotels. That wraps it up for now, and until we see you next time, so long and dogs up.